Welcome to the November 2018 Star Wars Canon Update. This month we got 4 more episodes of Resistance and 7 new comics, so let's get started. Kicking off with Star Wars Resistance, I thought 2 of the episodes were really good and the other 2 were just okay. The Children from Tahar was good, with some strong ties to the First Order, the introduction of Commander Pyre, and a name drop for Kylo Ren. It was about 2 kids on the run after Kylo slaughtered their village. Signal from Sector 6 wasn't as intriguing, as kind of a side trip episode with Kaz and Poe, but ultimately it paid off in the following episode, Sonara's Score. With one of the pirates now on the Colossus, the gang is able to pull off a successful attack, making the First Order's eventual takeover even more likely. Finally, Yeager gets the focus in the Platform Classic, where he races against his estranged brother in the biggest event of the year. I really enjoyed that episode because I think the racing aspect of the series is exciting and very well done. All said, I think it was a good month for the still fledgling show. If you want to hear my in-depth thoughts about each episode, I'll link to my reviews in the description. Getting into comics, Darth Vader 23 started to reveal more information about the endgame of the series. Over the course of days, weeks, months, or maybe even years, Momin tests different versions of Vader's castle until they find one that works. Vader is able to pierce the veil between life and death, but is summoned away when the Mustafarians attack. Momin uses that chance to open the veil for himself and seemingly resurrects his physical body. Darth Vader 24 is the second to last issue of the series, and since it only came out 2 days ago, I'll give you a spoiler warning and a time code to skip ahead to avoid them. It was pretty straightforward as just an action issue. Vader deals with the Mustafarians pretty much single-handedly, and then defeats Momin. Finally, he turns his attention to the afterlife, or whatever realm it is that the castle has access to, and that's how it ends. I'm glad the final issue will be able to take its time getting weird and mystical with the Force, and I can't wait to find out what Vader sees there. Star Wars 56 kicked off a new arc of the series titled The Escape. When we last left our heroes, they had been separated from the rebellion and had begun trying to find their way home with the help of Sana Starros. On their way, they run into some Imperials, so Sana drops off her passengers on a nearby moon called Hubin. There, they are met by a mysterious group who invite the fugitives to a very nice-looking home. Star Wars 57 continued the story, revealing an interesting, isolated little society. The group and its leader, Thane Marcona, are still very mysterious, but I have some theories that they might be Mandalorians who have chosen to separate themselves from the rest of the galaxy. Both issues are more about building intrigue than revealing answers right now, and they've definitely got my attention. Dr. Aphra 26 also kicks off a new arc for the comic, forcing Aphra and 000 to team up. Dr. Evazan has planted bombs inside of them, so they can't leave each other's sides or let the other die until they're deactivated. It's fun seeing Aphra try to rein the murderous droid in, kind of like John Connor in The Terminator. I also really like the setting of Milvain, Tam Posla's homeworld, a justice-loving planet with some funny Imperial propaganda. And, speaking of Tam, it looks like he's not completely out of the picture just yet, which I'm very grateful for. Like the Star Wars comic, I look forward to the rest of this arc. Han Solo Imperial Cadet is a new 5-issue series that began this month. It quickly summarizes the events that led to Han signing up for the Imperial Academy and continues into his early days of basic training. It goes about as well as you would expect, with Han mouthing off at every turn, frustrated that he hasn't been allowed to fly, and eventually leading to him stealing a TIE fighter to try to go back for Kira right away. Of course that fails, and I'll be interested to see how he talks his way out of any long-term consequences, but so far this story has, like I said, been exactly what you'd expect to see from Han during his days in the Empire. I'm willing to reserve judgment until the final issue, but so far I'm pretty lukewarm on it. The second issue of the Solo adaptation was the final comic to come out this month. Like the other comic adaptations, it's skippable. There's an added scene between Rio and Han that I liked, but it's mostly just the exact same as the movie. I will say that Story of the Month has gotten a little harder since Resistance came out. As a TV show, I have a feeling it'll be more consequential to future Star Wars storytelling, but the Darth Vader comic is still just so exciting, and with 2 issues this month and only 1 to go, I have to recommend reading it if you haven't already. Before wrapping up, one of my patrons, Eamon Riley, suggested giving you guys a preview of next month so you know what to look forward to. December 2018 is bringing us 2 more episodes of Star Wars Resistance, titled Secrets and Holograms and Station Theta Black. 7 new comic issues, including Star Wars 58, Age of Republic Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn, Dr. Aphra 27, Han Solo Imperial Cadet 2, the series finale of Charles Soule's Darth Vader, the 3rd issue of the Solo comic adaptation, and 2 other young reader adaptations for Solo. We'll cover all those stories on January 1st, 2019. I can't believe 2018 is almost over, but until then, please like this video, subscribe to the channel to keep up with content as it's released, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.